So I wanted to introduce myself. My name is Carrie Green. I am your History 1302 teacher for Harvest Term 2. I am also a high school teacher at Sunnyvale High School. So my high school classes are going online as well. And I'm also a doctoral student. I'm working on my PhD in educational leadership and policy studies. And those classes are online. So I am really doing a lot of online work right now. So I wanted to kind of record this video, and I'm kind of filling out a form for you to kind of help me know. Sorry, that's my Yorkshire Terrier. To give me an idea for what your kind of internet access is. This will help me know what my expectations should be. If you are, somebody who struggles to have consistent internet access, or if you're going to have to rely on your phone, then that's going to change, adjust a little bit how I present assignments and what I ask you to do, that sort of thing. So I wanted to kind of show you a little bit. So there is one of the things you'll want to get familiar with is kind of your Eastfield website, whether you go on your phone or on a device or on a computer. So when you go to eastfieldcollege.edu, you'll have this pulled up. You should be able to go to resources for students and hit the current students. You may also be able to go to online tools and access it there. So, and I actually pulled up the current students menu. So if you were to go up here and select resources for current students, this is what would show up. The eCampus, that is your online learning platform that takes you to Blackboard. My Portal takes you to the applications that you have access to. And then, of course, My Student Email. Now, some of you have emails that are not, that you're not really using your Eastfield email. That's fine. There'll be a place on the form for you to tell me what email you prefer communication through. But I will say you might want to consider exploring the My Portal. There's several different tools on there that you can, and applications that you have access to because you are a student. So that, and based on kind of the feedback from the survey, we may try to do some of that. So one of the things I wanted to show you, so if you go to eCampus, and I have mine put into student preview mode. Now you can see it, my course is not super filled out. I was actually in the process of making a bunch of things go live, and then anyways, the nature of the class changed. So it's I'm kind of revamping that a little bit. But this is kind of what you're looking for, right? So you want to get familiar with eCampus. The textbook that we'll be using is the American Yop Reader. American Yop is a free online textbook, right? So you have access to that. You have access to the American Yop right here. This takes you to primary documents. So these are the two kind of textbooks that you'll be using. Again, they're all online. They're all free. So there won't be any cost for that. And I am going to be updating the syllabus, and that will be put in there in a corrected format. So right now, like I said, this is not an accurate syllabus because of the changes that are coming into place. So I will be adding that, and I'll probably break it down into weeks so that you can see that. So you want to familiarize yourself with eCampus. I did put on the Google form, and this kind of shows you a little bit what it looks like. Of course, this is in my kind of edit form, but it takes you through kind of what is your name, what is your official school roster name, because sometimes it's different, some questions about pronouns, that kind of thing, just for sensitivity. And then this is the important part, the online and internet connections, that helps me know what's the best email to be in touch. Will you have daily access to email? Some of you may not. Do you have more than a data plan? And what does that look like exactly? I also put on here a question about Google Classroom. And if you're like, I don't know what that is, this makes no sense to me, click no. But if you haven't used eCampus before, click no, because that will help me understand how to set up the course. and help me kind of be able to create a user-friendly course. If everybody in the class is new to online learning and new to technology, then I'm not going to ask you to do very complicated things. But if I have a group of people that are really good at this, then I might kind of, be able to have a little bit more flexibility, and then just some places to get some feedback about kind of how you see this term going, because it's going to be very different. So I did want to kind of point out again, this kind of that you have access to these tools. If you click on the My Portal, it takes you to a bunch of different access panels. It kind of looks like this. Mine might actually look a little more cluttered than yours, because as an instructor, I have access to a few more things. But this is what I mean by tools. And there's a couple of them. There's one called Teams that I'm particularly curious about, that kind of allows us to have an online format where we can maybe have a class or something like that. And I could possibly send you an email and create a team within that as well. I could also do something, I could also do other kinds of Hangouts, right? So we'll just kind of play it by ear. So if you'll fill out that form and let me know. In the meantime, be familiarizing yourself with eCampus, getting to know what that looks like. And then if it turns out everyone's real familiar with Google Classroom, then we might be able to do something along those lines. And then just be looking for the updates. I will be pushing out an email once I feel like I kind of have things set up. So I hope that kind of helps you, maybe makes you feel better. The one benefit to online learning is that it allows you to work when it's convenient for you. So you will be able to, this is what the big fancy word for it is asynchronous. So we don't necessarily have to be on at the same time. I can create assignments, you can do them and turn them in. Unless, of course, we feel like what we need to do is have kind of an online format where we kind of reach out face to face. We might kind of do that too, but I expect a lot of this will be done video wise, and that sort of thing. It will require you to be very disciplined as far as keeping up with deadlines. I need to have this assignment turned in on this date, and then doing the readings or watching the videos ahead of time to be sure that you are learning the material and getting familiar with it. So we'll kind of make this up as we go. It'll all be fine. It's all okay. We'll get through this, and I think you should be able to have a successful experience. I guess I look forward to seeing your responses. And like I said, I'll reach out to you once I have the updated syllabus and those things set up online.